Next inductee played 6 years in softball from 1975 to 2005, with his peak years 1980 to 2004. During these years, his teams won many tournaments and league titles. He was considered to be one of the finest defensive first basemen of his era. In addition to having great hands and stretching ability, he had tremendous range, quickness, and softball smarts. His large, still mutilated fingers are a testament to his ability to catch everything thrown his way. And by the way, he is the father of one of my favorite players, one of the top players right now in the game, none other than Kevin Duff of Signature. Let's bring up Kevin's father. Let's do that, okay? The Hall of Fame honors, Tom Duff.
I might be the first guy inducted because of his kid. Of course, I want to thank the Hall of Fame Board of Directors for this humbling award. I never really thought it was possible. When I got the call from Ron a few months ago, oh wow, it's still hard to believe. Well, I played probably well over 2,000 games in my life. And by the modern sabermetrics, I was probably only tossed out about 417 of them. But there wasn't one game where walking onto the field and crossing the chalked lines that didn't bring butterflies to my stomach. That fresh moment, and I was lucky enough to be a first baseman, my one friend calls them chimpanzee feet. When you get that brand new clincher tossed to you by the ump, it was just a thrill each and every time. I'd pound it into the ground, you'd rub it around your hands, you'd start up the ritual, throwing around the infield for the pregame warm-up. There's just nothing like it. Like almost every player, I started out with a neighborhood team, and that was Clockwork in Oak Park. It was a pretty good league, and the home of a good number of Hall of Famers as well. Our Clockwork team grew and grew, but it still took over 10 years before we were able to win that damn title. And winning over our dear friends and Hall of Famer Jimmy Walsh and his brother Johnny and the OJs was second to none. Getting over that hump over our rivals in 1987 was the ultimate. But my mom, now 88 years young and right over here, probably enjoyed it more than any of us. We went on to win more titles in Oak Park, Cos, and Reese as this Clockwork team, and a good number of other tournaments, none better than taking home the Hammond Park tournament a few times. I'd be remiss not to thank the core guys that made up this Clockwork team. Just bear with me. My brothers John and Jim, Doc Greco, Larry Joyce, Dennis Moore, John Kelly. They're all here. That's why I have to say it, right? Mike Shanahan, Bobby Marino, Bobby Kish, God rest your soul, Bobby. Wally Blage, Billy Generis, Frank Weiser, the Romero brothers, Steve Scrine, fellow Hall of Famer Dan Sheik Carmody, who couldn't make it here tonight. In the later years, even my son Kevin, who I was so fortunate to have won a league championship with and at least one tournament title together. For the top leagues I was fortunate to play in, I have to say the trio of Portage, Hammond, and Clarendon ranked right up there with the best. They'd play the early leagues at 6:30, then the late ones under the lights. What this all comes down to again is what is at the heart of our game. It's all about the guys who play it, the respect, camaraderie, loyalty, and having each other's backs. Well, we've always been competitive as hell and many times at each other's throats. But that's competitive fire we all have to be a champion. It's truly a privilege to be up here, even more so to know that it is not about me at all, about having a place inside so many greats in our game, but really a reflection of every one of the amazing guys I was so honored to play with. All I ever really wanted to be was a teammate, just one of the guys. There's simply no better honor than that. And finally, I want to say a special thanks to my family and friends for all the support and being here tonight. To my mom, my brothers and sisters, and my buddies, and of course, my dear wife, Pam, our son, Kevin, and our daughters, Liz, Kelly, and Maggie. Thank you so much, everybody.
Mr. Duff. From my hometown. Our next Wall of Fame honoree started his